What's going on, everyone? Sly here, and today I just got early access to the Gundam Metaverse project. I know there's been quite a discussion about this, but I wanted to give you a brief tour and show you what it's all about so you can formulate your own opinions, and then I'll throw in my dollar at the end because you can't buy anything with 2 cents. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. Once you open the client, you're asked to log in using your Bandai Namco ID. Once logged in, you're presented with avatar options. And as you can see, these avatar options are very limited. I may be blind, sometimes I am, but I was looking for any customization options as far as creating an avatar from scratch, but no dice. You have to select from the preset creations listed, and from there you can choose color swaps, but that's about it. So I went with this one who is apparently a huge fan of Thunderbolt. Don't get me wrong, I like the free jazz too. Once you've created and named your avatar, you're met with the opening sequence that most of us have already seen on YouTube. So if you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link in the description so you can go check it out for yourself. After the opening sequence finishes, you're in the Gundam Metaverse. And to start, we get a video from the AI guide named Mello. Now mind you, on default sound settings, you won't be able to hear a thing she's saying, even though it's in Japanese. So you would have to go into settings and adjust the movie volume to max. But either way, Mello guides you through the hub via your missions. And missions are basically just showing you how to use specific features of the metaverse and what places to go for specific things. The video itself from Mello on your UI are a bit stiff, like it's lagging or whatnot, whereas the big Mello screen in the center of town and the other billboard videos look okay. My first port of call was the Cardass area, and before this video I had no clue what Cardass was, but basically it's a Bandai branded card vending machine. And in this instance, it's an SD Gundam Gaiden Cardass. So you go to the Cardass terminal and you're given 5 cards at random. Again, I've never seen or played this, so I don't know how good these are. So looking at the pull that I got here, I started out with a Monster Skeleton Doga, which I don't know, a Knight Sayla, which is pretty cute, an Item Stone Tablet, a Knight Gien, and then to top it off, which gave the dramatic little pause, I got a Mysterious Knight Char. Again, I don't know how good this one is. I don't know how good any of these are, but these are the 5 that I got from my random pull. Once you've done your first pull, you can check your Cardass binder to see which cards you have and which cards you can potentially get. You get 1 daily 5 pull for each early access day, so you can come back each day and get more cards or dupes. Again, I'm not too familiar with Cardass, and I'm only slightly familiar with SD Gundam Gaiden. So if you're familiar with either, let me know in the comments how good these cards are, or vice versa. The next stop on my Metaverse tour would be the Gunpla Builders Museum. From here, you can see scans of custom Gunpla built by the Gunpla community. And they even had an interactive 3D diorama of the builds from a desk/room perspective.
このジオラマはガンプラビルダーさんが制作してくれたスキャンガンプラを見ることができます。とっても素敵な作品ばかりなので、じっくり見ていってくださいね。
Again, here are the scans of the customs featured in the museum. Once you get to the downstairs area, you get portraits of the custom builds from the community as well. And I'll take the time to highlight these because some of them were pretty amazing.
Turn A Gundam.
After the Gunpla Builders Museum, I went right next door to the Fan Art Museum. The fan art was focused solely on Witch from Mercury and featured some really good art from the community. After the fan art exhibit, I headed over to the Metaverse live stage. This will be where live performances are held and viewed, but as this is early access, there are no live performances scheduled until full access. Next, I headed to the theater. This would be where you would have live watch parties with other avatars of whatever they plan to show. My guess would be Gundam Build Metaverse or whatever it is on Gundam Info at the time. But again, nothing during early access. Here's probably my favorite part of the Metaverse, the Universal Century Museum. This features murals of each of the main Gundam entries and their dates during the Universal Century timeline. Another cool feature is that the murals feature Gunpla box art from the mobile suits featured in each entry. On the inner circle of the UC Museum are scans of the main units from each entry. Except maybe the camphor here. And Izaku.
このジオラマは
The museum also features a 3D animated diorama of the scene from Mobile Suit Gundam where Amuro in his RX-78-2 defeats Rambaral in the goof.
しちゃいますよ。
My final stop in the tour was the shop. This would be where you would be able to purchase featured suits with your premium Bandai account. However, the shop won't be actually open until full access. Now that we've finished the tour, let me give my overall thoughts. The Gundam Metaverse project could be a pretty dope thing for Gundam fans, but the way it's executed leaves a lot to be desired. The lackluster avatar options with no real way to customize doesn't give me any individuality. I like the UI, but if you're going to have an AI companion walk you through it with videos, please make sure the videos play at a normal speed and aren't lagging or struggling. Other than that, what I saw out of each area was great. It's great that they feature custom builds from the community, and I would hope it rotates who's featured. Same with the art. And I'm hoping/guessing that every so often the fan art theme would change as well, otherwise we'd be looking at G-Witch from here to eternity. Can't really speak on the live stage and theater, but both look good, but rather small in my opinion in terms of actual watch parties, so maybe increase the size for bigger crowds. The UC Museum, probably the dopest thing there in my opinion. If it works in concert with a shop and lets you search for and buy Gunpla based on the series, that would be killer. But after all that, we have to discuss the Zeku's Y in the room. NFTs. You're taking anything good that could come of this and ruining it by including NFTs. And seeing all the customs and thinking that's how they're going to be utilized does a disservice to the community. And then there was talk of including Gundam Evo as the esports attached to the metaverse when Evo is going out of service. Let me paint a picture of how I believe Metaverse projects should be utilized. Use it in concert with Battle Operation 2. You already have a steady online community in Battle Operation 2 and a hub and game that feels similar just on a smaller and specific scale. Attach Metaverse to GBO2 and allow the customization options from there. To be fair, the customization options in GBO2 are pretty bare bones, but still better than anything in Metaverse. By connecting Metaverse to GBO, you're catering to current fans through the game and potentially bringing Gundam fans who've never experienced GBO. Win-win. Plus, we're already spending our gacha money in-game. You attach Metaverse and we hang out in the hub and see a shiny new Gunpla, we're spending our money here on top of the gacha. It literally prints money for you and you can toss a whole NFT deal. Done. Again, win-win. That's wishful thinking in this climate. But what do you think of the Gundam Metaverse project? Is there some good to be had, or are you completely writing it off? Be sure to leave a comment letting me know what you think. Also, be sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video. In the near future, I'll be covering UC Engage once it comes out here in the US, so please look forward to it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.